Hey Cards, we interviewed the baseball and softball team about how they manage without having a field. And we talked to Ms. Chapman on what went into the construction of the new athletic field.
And how's your softball season going so far?
Softball season has been kind of harsh because of the different weathers. We have had a lot of games postponed because of the rain, and that's because we don't have our own field and are forced to use a field that is dirt. So that causes a lot of our games to be canceled, and the usage of turf fields is not always available for us.
How do you feel about not having a field?
It's tough not having a field, but we have a team full of guys who really go out of their way to come to the school before and after school and get their work in. But it would be really nice to have a field and have a place to call home.
How do you guys feel about not having a field on campus?
It's really hard because most teams get to just walk outside and then they have their field all ready to go, but we have to travel pretty far sometimes, and it just makes everything complicated because we don't have a bus, so we all just kind of are on our own to get there, and it means a lot more time missing school.
Well, I feel like if we don't have a field, we should at least get a bus, which we don't have either. Especially the freshmen, they don't have a way to get there, and it's a lot of stress on our parents too.
What other facilities have you had to use because of this?
Well, we sometimes get to use Ron Tonkin Field, which is the minor league facility in Hillsborough. We also have a small facility by the waterfront, which is nice. That's pretty much it.
What other facilities have you had to use because of this?
We used, our main home field now is Delta Park because even Hamilton is unplayable. Basically outfields just not around Lincoln.
So we all wanted a baseball diamond and softball diamond. There's not actually room on this physical site because we're a landlocked 11-acre site to maintain our current field and add a baseball. We're short about 10 feet. And we had conversations with KGW and the Marks family, who owns the police evidence building, because if we could just get 10 more feet, then we could have done it, but we can't. So then we really spent a lot of effort trying to get West Sylvan to be turfed and approved, but half of West Sylvan is in the Beaverton school district or city limits. And so for a while, the Beaverton City Council said yes. We had a conditional use permit. We all went and testified for that and worked on it. We saved $7 million in the bond so that we would have the money to do it. And then the new mayor and new city council were elected during COVID, and they said absolutely not. They will not be approving a conditional use permit for West Sylvan to be turfed. So then we started switching to what would it take to get other local fields turfed. It's Portland Parks and Rec, Lincoln, or West Sylvan was one of the only sites that PPS actually owns, but the rest of the sites are owned by the city of Portland and managed by their Parks and Rec system, and they don't have a budget for those things, and we can't use bond funds to returf a city property. So we haven't given up. It's not if but when, because we probably will have to work with the district to go out for another bond that funds a large athletic facility that has baseball, softball, tennis courts, swimming pool, not just for Lincoln, but for all the schools that didn't get that in the modernizations.
Hey guys, thanks for watching, and thank you to the baseball, softball players and Ms. Chapman for all their information for this video. So some good news, we are still trying to get baseball and softball fields somewhere, not on Lincoln campus, but for all PIL schools that didn't get one on their rebuild. So hopefully we can have some home fields in the future for our PILs.